The New South Wales Peak Demand Reduction Scheme, BESS1 battery incentive, is dead. Finished. It's Cameron here from Freedom Solar and Batteries here at Charmhaven on the sunny central coast of New South Wales. And yes, midday today, received an email from the Department of Climate Change, Energy, the Environment and Water to inform us that, the challenge of removing clause 5.4/E in the rules for the PDRS when it came to any system that is eligible to create a certificate under the SRES is not eligible to calculate a PDRS incentive. So we were led to believe on multiple occasions from multiple different sources that, yes, this was not the intention and that they would be reviewing that and hopefully removing that clause so that we could double stack the incentive with the federal rebate that's coming. So that's what we've been told on multiple occasions from multiple sources. Obviously too hard, so they've just canned it. The batteries, up until now, the batteries came in November 1 for the PDRS. Now, the PDRS, the Peak Demand Reduction Scheme, is a long-standing scheme. It's been up until now been all about improving, replacing more efficient air conditioners, hot water servers, pool pumps, the heat pumps and stuff like that. All of these things, LED lights and stuff like that. In reducing peak demand, and batteries and VPPs or virtual power plant schemes were included from November the 1st last year. Now, 8 months later, it's dead. VPP is more generous. They've pushed harder on that. But the batteries actually ended up representing about 86% of the PDRS volume. So that's how much of an impression it made in that scheme. 11,400 batteries were installed within the scheme between November 1 and I think it was May 15th, I think they quoted. Now, part of the disappointment that they've got with that is that the battery rebate had a big uptake, but only 4% of those eligible batteries, only 4% of those households took advantage of the VPP BESS2 incentive. So the whole point was to get all the batteries out there, get them all signed up to VPPs. Only 4% of people actually sign up to VPPs. So they've nearly doubled the VPP incentive. They've streamlined the process as well for customers to get involved. They've pretty much copped out when it comes to the federal cheaper home batteries scheme. That starts July 1. And then they've pretty much handed over. They've just said, oh, well, not our problem. With that, because the cheaper home batteries program, that's pretty much going to achieve the same thing. The whole point is to increase the amount of home batteries installed across the country, which includes New South Wales. And then so pretty much they decided, well, we don't need the incentive now because the feds have got it. And that's going to do the job that we were going to try and do. So it's kind of, they're wasting their own money. So also, I think key to this is the real reason, and this is probably one that they couldn't really get around, is that they worked out all their numbers based on the New South Wales PDRS scheme as being the only incentive available for New South Wales residents. And the scheme begun. And then the feds announced their scheme earlier this year. Knowing that that scheme was very, very generous, and the numbers out now are very generous, that the volume of batteries was probably going to triple. There's no way known that the New South Wales government would have budgeted for triple the volume under the PDRS scheme. And short of finding more money, the scheme would have run out of money. So they've had to can it. The only gripe I guess we've all got is that you could have told us earlier, 3 weeks' time before the federal scheme starts, July 1, and you wait till 3 weeks before to let the cat out the bag that you're actually canning it, not trying to fix it, not trying to enhance it. You've had months and months to decide this. and it's ridiculous. Like, you're quite happy to give 6 months notice at the start of the scheme, and you put the industry to sleep. You brought the industry to its knees for almost the entirety of 2024. And then when the scheme started, it was the most appalling, incompetent rollout that you could have seen. It took up to 3 and 4 months for businesses to get paid the incentives. You're crazy. It's ridiculous. So really, up until the federal scheme was announced, there was only about probably 5 months of actual battery installations, because once the federal scheme was announced, that was it. Inquiry stopped again. No one wants to install till after July. So it's been over a year for this industry, been on its knees. I know really good guys that have left the industry because of it. We've been really let down by the New South Wales State Government, Minister Penny Sharp. Minister for, what is it? Department of Climate Change, Energy, the Environment and Water. Thank you. Thanks for nothing. Next time you have a thought bubble, keep it to yourself. That's all we can say. In general, look, we are going to be, at July 1, we are going to be better off. The federal Cheaper Home Batteries program is more than twice as generous. So we're losing, let's based on the Alpha 13.3, we're losing a rebate of $21.67. We're gaining a rebate of $45.88. So we're in front. And the VPP, New South Wales PDRS BESS 2 rebate is going to be more generous. It's not going to replace the loss of the BESS1, but it's still going to be more generous. So the incentive is there. Batteries will be cheaper than they've ever been. So July 1, we've already got stock on the water coming. We've got a few jobs booked in. Now is still the time to be putting batteries. If you get a battery that, let's say our Alpha battery, let's say as an example, it was 11 grand to install now. It's going to be 6.4 to install after July 1. Pretty fantastic. So, yeah, give us a call if you want to talk about putting a battery in your house. Ideal to combine it with new solar, additional solar. We still just do straight out solar as well. There's nothing to say you have to put a battery in. Solar panels are still going to be the number one way to save. Batteries are going to help you mop up that extra power that you've been exporting and you keep for yourself. So yeah, thanks to New South Wales State Government. It's been a nightmare since the first announcement for the whole entire industry. And for some people, I think we're glad that it's over. So thank you for the thought, but it didn't quite work out. Federal government will pick up from here. It will be a more generous scheme and easier for us to manage. It's an existing platform that we're using and we're very familiar with it. So looking forward to that. July 1, battery installations start in New South Wales. Talk soon.